Wow. What a way some people have with words. I'd like to say to you, first of all, good evening, and thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank my lovely wife, who's always supported me in my endeavors, for being here with me this evening, Charlene. She's back there someplace. And as you move along the journey being an entrepreneur, so often the focus is on the visionary and the dreamer. But we all understand and we know that without a supporting cast of individuals, that your visions and your dreams sometimes remains in the bedroom. But I'm fortunate enough to have met some wonderful people along the way that has supported my vision. Our great team at WTS, under the leadership of our general manager, Mr. Eugene Lewis, who's not here tonight. We have people like Vicki Bone and people like Attorney Waters, and we could go on and on. And as you attach yourself to families and as you attach yourself to the need and to the drive that is needed to be an entrepreneur, so often you reach out and people come within your grasp. And needless to say, I'm one who grab on and believe in taking advantage of the knowledge and the experience that they bring to the table. And recently I've had the pleasure to meet individuals like Malachi Jones, Bobby Wilkerson, and last but not least, a great individual who apparently runs off a high test 24 hours a day, a guy by the name of Melvin Forbes. Mr. Forbes, thank you so much for all of your efforts in joining this great team and have been very instrumental in moving us forward round by round. We want to thank you. In 1986, after spending 10 years as a school administrator, spending the day, which we should have been talking about education, but in most times we were talking about justifying budgets. Spending the night going back after many meetings still on the same subject. Have we classified or have we done a great enough job to be funded for the next year? In 1986, I thought that I could make a difference as an administrator, focusing on education. However, it was not to be. I decided that I wanted to spend the rest of my time as an entrepreneur. Well, I heard one of the early people that an award was presented to speak of some of the heartaches and some of the pains and some of the ups and downs as being an entrepreneur. And I learned very early what that was all about. But I also learned very early that in order to be an entrepreneur, it is a 24-hour-a-day job, because not only are you fighting all of the elements that says you cannot do this, you're also fighting the war of getting your products or your services into the mainstream. And I have spent the last 28 years still fighting that particular battle. I heard another one speak of how we need to get our products and our services into the mainstream. Well, truly, as we pioneer towards this dream, it is people like the members of this Congressional Black Caucus that has recognized how tough it is out there. And they have saw fit to bring together a group of individuals who are saying we must provide help for our minority or entrepreneurs. So I want to thank the members and all of the supporters here at the Congressional Black Congress. I want to thank, again, Michael Bowles and the people at Mountaintop for seeing fit to take a look at me, and thank those who made a decision to have me here tonight. I thank you. How do you think of going into the beverage business? Because that's an industry where it is a very closed industry. It's an industry that has been controlled by great companies for years and years. Coke and Pepsi has controlled that industry, and along come 1988, a son of a dirt farmer out of Mississippi talking about going into the beverage business. Well, when I first announced my flight and my interest in going into the beverage business, needless to say, I did not move around in my neighborhood very much because people thought I was just plain crazy. In fact, some of my best friends said, "Percy, you got to be out of your cotton picking mind." And I said, "I never knew that you knew I was a cotton picker, but I was." But I saw a great opportunity, not only for myself and my family. I saw an opportunity to provide jobs and to be able to support those things in which we all need, especially in our black communities. We need role models, yes, but we also need money-making models that can create and to support jobs, that can go into our schools and into our neighborhoods and community centers and demonstrate what it means to be committed to success. It took me a while to realize what all of that means, but now, as one song say, I am totally committed. I'm committed to this beverage industry in such a way that I took the time in 2008 to take a look at the bulk water industry, which we know as the 5-gallon industry. In 1996, my company was awarded a small contract to deliver water to the Gulf Coast region during an emergency. And for about 2 hours, I was on cloud 9. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world to have been awarded this contract. And about 1 hour later, I recognized that how am I going to do this? Now, I don't know about you out there that has been awarded contracts, but I think we all, perhaps at some time when that's an opportunity to do that, we don't always tell the truth. We say, yeah, we can do that. Man, I got a contract. After doing that contract, I proceeded to register our business as a minority business. And by the time I finished with gathering the paperwork that was needed in order to qualify my business as a minority business, Phil, I thought I had just been handed the whole curriculum for a business degree at Harvard. The experience alone was one that makes you feel, I can't do this. But let me say this to you, you must pioneer your way and you must follow protocol because there is a goal at the end of the rainbow if you're able to persevere. After recognizing many of the downfalls or many of the uncomfortable areas and the way we supply water and ice during emergencies, I decided to list the 12 things that I thought was, or that I knew that we could improve on. And this is when I approached AT&T and I said, I'd like for you to have your engineers to take a look at designing some custom technology, RFID if you will, to control delivery and movements of water. Well, needless to say, they said, well, Percy, why don't you kind of get back to us with that? And I said, fine. I said, when? And they said, well, I said, well, I'll tell you what, as long as you want me to get back, I said, I'll be back tomorrow. And Phil, we did that, and I want to thank the people at AT&T from the engineering people, from your great decision makers at AT&T, that you heard my voice. And today I'm happy to report to you that we have now developed custom design RFID that we can eliminate staging of trucks, over-ordering, controlling inventory, being able to move equipment rather than packaged products that eliminate damage. And to test all this out, as we are in the middle of doing this, Haiti, the people in Haiti, their lifestyles was interrupted. Again, I went back to AT&T and I said, this is an excellent time for us to take a look at demonstrating this technology in Haiti to provide clean water to a people in distress. And again, AT&T said, yes, Percy, we can support you in this effort. And I'm glad to say to you again tonight that within the next 30 days, we'll have at least 20 what we call water hydration systems working throughout Haiti, providing clean water and ice to the people in Haiti. So again, I want to say thank you all so very much, and we are presently working with a great individual by the name of Bobby Wilkerson, where we are looking at now bringing a complete line of wholesome products through the beverage industry, or to the beverage industry, that will be distributed in schools and throughout our communities within the next 6 months. We've already did all the groundwork for it and made all the preparations. So again, thank you, Bobby, for again listening. And again, I want to say to you, thank you all for being here tonight, and we look forward to working with you.
Are you gonna get in this picture?
Come on.